Listen, we all know that CoD Next just happened and that Modern Warfare 2 just got fully revealed. And with that, I have some opinions. And now, I'm not going to go too in depth with this video because it's just like general opinions and because we haven't really seen what is with the game yet, as the beta is just happening now and it's only for PlayStation players. But from what we saw yesterday at the event, I want to talk about that. And also, this video is not scripted, so it's going to be a little bit more freeform just because I want to do it that way. But regardless, let's just get into it. So, the main thing I want to talk about is that this game is really just like Modern Warfare 19, but better. Now, I say that because it's almost identical in the way a lot of it functions. So, for example, you have no classic minimap again, footsteps are loud, which is just terrible, but you also have no dead silence as a perk, is once again a field upgrade, and you also have mounting and a new mechanic, which is like where you just hang over a ledge, which, by the way, if you know how to snake with that, it is so incredibly overpowered, and snaking in general is overpowered. But regardless, it's basically just Modern Warfare 2019 with a new coat of paint and some better features, which that could be a good thing and a bad thing. I personally think for the less skilled players, you could say, that they're gonna like this as much as they like Modern Warfare 19, because that game was more catered towards really bad players versus just the skilled players. That's the reason why most pro players and people that are of skill don't like that game. But I also think what they're doing now is catering to both sides, kinda. So instead of having the wacky designs of Modern Warfare 19 maps where it's just all over the place, there you have the core 6v6 3-lane maps that are nice and small, so you can really get moving, and that's something I love to see. And also they just have so many other things that are catering a little bit more towards the slayers instead of the campers, as Modern Warfare 2019 was just campers paradise, versus this, I feel like it's a good mix of both. Now, of course, we haven't seen how the game's actually going to truly play, because again, not only is it in beta, which means there is some things that might change, but again, it's only PlayStation players right now. Me and everyone else on Xbox and PC won't be getting their hands on this game until next week, which yes is a bummer, but I think I've made like 40 videos on why I hate PlayStation getting the exclusivity. But regardless, I do think that this game is a refreshment, you could say. I don't know if it's because Vanguard was just a stinker of a game that I don't care that if this game is bad or not, I just want it. But whatever it is, I just feel like it's like just a refreshment to the CoD series. I like modern titles, and I think this game could be good. Now, again, I have not played it, and I have been seeing some mixed opinions on Twitter from people that are more skilled, you could say, but I feel overall this is just like a good thing. And I've also been watching some people play the beta. Mainly I've been watching Scumpy, and he looks like he's having a fun time, and it doesn't look that bad, versus back in Modern Warfare 2019, you're just dying to campers 24/7. But you also have to keep in mind, Modern Warfare 19's beta was arguably some of my favorite memories on Call of Duty. Like that solid like 2-week period that we got to play, I had such a fun time that it wasn't even funny. It was just fun. And I've even made a video about it, and I really thought that Modern Warfare 2019 was going to be like one of the best CODs of all time. But then from the beta to the full game, it somehow became terrible. And I don't know how, and I have people that can back me up on this, but the beta was so incredibly fun, and then the actual game was just not it. So betas for Modern Warfare, I'm a little skeptical about, because this could be another case of the beta being so incredibly fun, but then the real game being just trash. We'll just have to see. But other than that, we also got Warzone 2.0, it's just Warzone 2, I don't know why they gotta put the .0 after it, but it looks nice, I'll say that. I like the map as well, because there's a lot of old maps from Modern Warfare 2 and other CODs. You have High Rise for sure, you have Quarry, and you have some other stuff. You have Terminal Dome and some other things, I don't know them on top of my head, but regardless, I like that. And they also kind of redesigned Warzone in itself. It's like a whole new game basically, instead of just adding a new map on a polished engine that can actually last for several years. Now, I honestly haven't been watching or looking at too much Warzone 2 information, because I'm more into that traditional 6v6 COD, but from what I have seen, it looks good, I'll say that. And they also made it where, I believe they made it where when you go to loadouts, or not loadouts, buy stations, you can't get loadouts in any of that, and I just think they're doing a much better job at balancing, you could say. And I know some people are gonna hate it because you can't just get a loadout off rip and just start frying, but I like the way they're doing it, and it feels more in line with a traditional BR, which is what I like. if Warzone players like the way they have it, it's literally just ground war. You just get your loadout as fast as possible, you get some armor, and then you just start frying. It's literally just like a 6v6 or a 12v12 CoD, just on a big map with armor plates, if I'm being honest with you. But regardless, they also have AI in Warzone now. It's kind of like in Tarkov, how you have the scav bosses almost, but you also have this ability, I believe I read this correctly, that in the Gulag is a 2v2 now, and it's a 1v1 versus 2 real players, so you and someone else, but then there's 2 AIs assisting you. And I'm not sure if that's for every Gulag ever, but I do know that that is a thing. But regardless, Warzone 2, it's looking nice. I'm obviously going to try it out, but I'm also skeptical because I was never a fan of Warzone besides like in the very beginning. But other than that, we also have DMZ, which is the Tarkov mode, which we've all been waiting for. And now they showed us nothing of this because, as I'm assuming, the game mode is just not ready, because in the stream they're like, oh yeah, we also have DMZ, which the internet has been talking about, but I can't show you much on that. You'll see it November 16th or whenever it's coming out. And that's a red flag to me. That just means, okay, it's clearly not done, which is a problem with this in general. I'm assuming it's Call of Duty, so there's going to be a lot of work that's going to need to be done on the game, but I hate the fact that they have the beta now and then the game is coming out in less than a month. It's just, I don't feel like that's proper time to get feedback and work upon that, but regardless, I don't think DMZ is ready. I'm not on the dev team, so I don't know, but if they're not showing it at the big event where they're showing off everything, I'm assuming it's not ready, and that's a little scary because I really think it would be a good mode. I enjoy Tarkov, but I really don't want to grind Tarkov like that. But if I could do that in CoD and just enjoy myself and have it be a little laid back and a little less in depth, I think that would be fine. I think I really like that, and it's free to play. And also with the DMZ mode as well, they have proximity chat, which is gas. I'm not sure if you've seen H1Z1 clips, but proximity chat is just good. And I know I said H1Z1 because it's also in Warzone as well. Now, proximity chat is obviously in the DMZ mode because you just need it. It's just like how Tarkov has it, it's the same thing. But I do think that's going to be a good thing and a bad thing because, once again, it's Call of Duty, not Tarkov. 2 completely different player bases. But I do know without a doubt, there are going to be some of the funniest clips I have ever seen with that. And I cannot wait for those clips. But regardless though, keeping it a little bit short, I do think that this game is looking up. I think it's better than Vanguard already, but that's not saying much in itself. And I also think it's better than Modern Warfare 19 because it's just like a more polished Modern Warfare 2019. But again, I'm gonna have to play and get my hands on review, and the beta has only been open for like an hour right now, so we honestly don't know in general. But regardless, let's just keep an eye out on this game. It's refreshing, I have high hopes for it, but we'll have to see. And now, I will be going more in depth, don't get me wrong, on this game later when I get the beta, but for now, I think this game is just looking out. If you did enjoy the video though, make sure not to leave without leaving a like and subscribing for more, but until the next time, see ya.